Okay, students, so today I want to talk a little bit about the discussion essays, which are an important part of this course. These are not like discussion boards, like social media shout-outs. These are not just designed to sort of kind of touch base with each other. We have other mechanisms for that. These discussion essays are essays first, followed by thoughtful reflection on what other students have posted. You need to make your initial post first. Then you can see what other students have posted. You need to read some of those and then reply to those. And it's a very structured reply. And I want to make sure that you look very carefully at the rubric. And so this little video is designed to sort of walk through the rubric that I've created for the discussion essays. So you can do really well. A lot of students, they're like, what does the professor want? I never know what they want. So I created these rubrics, and then I want to walk you through them so you'll have a really good sense of what it is I'm looking for so that you can just knock it out of the park. So here we go, the discussion essay rubrics. So let's start with the discussion of why we have discussions. The great philosopher and philosophy of education, Paulo Freire, has this wonderful quote that learning is a process where knowledge is presented to us and then shaped through understanding and discussion and reflection. So as opposed to the idea that somehow I, as the teacher, open up your brain and pour in all the truth and learning you need, my job is to present ideas and material and concepts to you, and then through your own learning and understanding and your own experience and our discussion as a class and your reflection on those materials, you come out with a deeper sense of knowledge. So in these essays, our job is to present your learning. What are you picking up as we go along in these materials, lectures, essays that you're reading? And then to present that to us. Here you're presenting an essay on, here's what I've been learning. Then you're going to have an opportunity to discuss with other students what they are learning in the hopes that together we actually push each other to come to even deeper and greater understandings together. But it's a process where we all participate so that we can all learn more. So the first thing up on the rubric is your initial post, the discussion essay itself. And notice this is 50% of the grade. So the bulk of the grade is right here on what you have to contribute. And so you're going to want to look over the questions. My essays usually have a variety of prompts asking you a series of questions. And those are linked back to the sources, the lectures, videos, and readings that we've been doing. And so you want to answer those questions in light of the readings and other course material. You want to be sure that you cite and quote, like literally in quotation marks, quote parts of the material. This essay is designed for you to show what you're learning and thinking in response to and in reflection of the material that we have been covering. So 50% of the grade is on your initial post. And there, if you want to see some of those in Doc Shell's Emporium of Philosophical Wonders, there's some examples. These are going to be probably about two-page length essays reacting to those questions and incorporating quotes and interaction with our course material. Okay, and next comes the all-important part of the course, these essays, where you're interacting with our course material. That means you're directly quoting and citing lectures, videos, reading materials, the actual grist of the course. So I'm providing a variety of ideas and concepts and materials, and I want you to work through them and then stitch them back together in a way to tell me and show your fellow students what you're learning along the way. This is critically important. And as you look at if you looked at the rubric, you will see that if you cite it and use quotation marks, and that gets you full credit. If there's a reference, but it's not really sure, and it goes down from there. So you're going to want to make sure that you get that exactly right. Now, I'll produce another video talking about how to cite sources, and it's about kidnapping on campus is rampant these days. I'm not an English teacher, so I am not driven by did you put the semicolon in the right place and did you follow APA or Chicago or whichever style. The main thrust of my interest is, did you quote somebody? Did you give them credit? Can I find it if I need to find it? So those are the guiding principles. But you're definitely going to have to demonstrate to me that you are reading, thinking about, and interacting with our course materials. Okay, so your comments to other students will be about a 30 points out of the 100. And notice that the first thing you want to do is you want to start out with a compliment. You want to read the person's essay and you want to say something about it that you appreciated, something that was insightful to you. This is not, again, a social media shout out. It's not like, hey, nice job, Jill. I want to know what was it that she did a good job of? Did she point out something that you missed? Did she really make a sharp observation about a point that you had maybe overlooked? So you're going to want to be very specific about what it is that person did well. Even if it is you articulated your ideas very well, that's the compliment you're going to lead with. Next, you're going to include some sort of a comment about their post. Now, it might be very close and connected to the compliment. You might say, you did such a great job of articulating your opinions. I had not thought about global warming in this context or whatever. So these will be very close to each other. Notice that there's not a lot of points here, but they add up. And this is the part you want to say, I read your essay, I appreciated something about it, and here's what I noticed, this is what I learned from your essay. As Ferrari points out, then this is going deeper into analysis. And you're saying, I'm making a connection now between what you wrote, what we read, and maybe something else in the course, maybe something else from your life experience that you're saying, hey, this made me think about something else, and you're bringing it together. Now, it's not just a random thought. It has some connection to the class and to our readings and our material. It might be material from the first unit or if we're deeper into the course. It may be something that we've covered, or maybe a movie that you've seen or a book that you've read that you say, hey, this has a direct bearing on what we are talking about. So you're making a connection between the material, the student's writing, and your own thinking. All right, and this is how I know if you're really thinking, and that is the question, if you ask a good question. Socrates is famous for saying that all philosophy starts with wonder. And so that's a great way to end your post. I was wondering. Now, this might be something you'd like to direct to that particular student. I'm wondering if your experience in the Army makes a difference in the way you see it. It could be, I'm wondering about something Dr. Shell never talked about. I'm wondering how this is going to connect to that. So this is just showing a level of interaction and depth of thought that you're connecting that what you're reading from the material in the course, what you're reading from other students, and then that is in self drive. And so I've included here a little example. This is actually a class I took this summer, and we had to do the same sort of thing. We made a post, and then we had to reply to other people's posts. Notice that my reply is not terribly long, but it has all those pieces. I like what you did. It made me think about, I'm wondering if. And so all of those pieces or elements are in here in a thoughtful way. And so now remember, this is just your reply to other students after you've read their essays. You first have to upload your essay on the different questions that are posed for the assignment. So I hope this helps a little bit. All right, so I hope this just gave you a general feel for what I'm looking for in these discussion essays, so you can do just a fantastic job. Essay first, Make sure you're interacting with the course material. Follow that up with really insightful and thoughtful reflections with your fellow students, and you'll do great.